I don't know how many people early voted or how many people wait until the 6th. I said something about this on Facebook earlier on a little PSA announcement. My grandma used to say, you gotta know where you've been to know where you're going. So, to me, that means you gotta know your history. Point blank. It doesn't matter if you're right wing, left wing, libertarian, independent, it don't matter. Right now, if you're happy with the way things in our government are being handled, then vote. Keep a straight Republican. If you're rich, very well off, that'll benefit you. It really will. Now, first off, for the record, I'm actually a registered Republican, but I don't always vote straight Republican. Why? Honestly, because I picked the one I think is the best candidate for the job. Now, a lot of people didn't like the last presidency, but anybody who knows a little bit about politics knows that when a new presidency comes into office, anything that starts trickling that's good is technically from the previous president, last term. If his first 4 years are really messed up, it's again coming from the president's previous term. People, the world is laughing at the United States. Really. If you are Hispanic, and for those who will say just Hispanics, please are raised, born here, legalized citizen that can vote. Go vote. You know, you got people worried about the caravan. Well, you can't seek asylum at a consulate. You've got to seek it at the border. This, again, is nothing new. History. That's why the government has programs to help refugees and immigrants get established, find jobs, start businesses, to become productive citizens. If you're a member of the LGBT community, vote. I have friends, colleagues that are members of this community, and I'd put my life in their hands in the back of a truck, or my family members' lives in their hands in the back of a truck, because their preference has nothing to do with the job or who they are as an individual. African American community, vote. Simple as that. Talk to some of your elders who remember things, because now I'm starting to feel like my grandparents or even my parents when they would tell me things when I was younger. And to me, they ain't worried about that. See, if you grew up in the 80s, your parents were worried about us because it had only been 10 years in 1982 from the race riots in Oxford, North Carolina, Berea, North Carolina. Made a movie about it called Blood Didn't Shine My Name. But the good thing is, generation and the decade after that wasn't so bad. And now everybody seems to have lost their ever-loving monkey mind. Vote. That's the only voice you really have to make things right. Charlottesville, we'll go back to that. They do that every year. Except for that last time it made news. And Mr. Trump is right to a degree. See, news doesn't always report the whole story, because a whole story doesn't make interesting news. Just the things that can maybe be twisted or left open-ended to pull you in. And they'll report facts. So you just got to pick your news company by who's actually presenting you more actual facts and more of the whole story than trying to get breaking news and report something that's totally incorrect. This is America, the melting pot, made up of immigrants. Vote. Our last presidential election, people, over 11,000 people voted for Harambe, a dead gorilla, for president because they took it as a joke. Some people tell you your votes don't matter. Well, they do. Maybe not as much as we want them to, but they do. This is the South, the Bible Belt. And the suggestion from the president was that the synagogue shooting, if they had had armed guards. That's true. They could have prevented the situation. But people don't go to church with armed guards. Some mega churches have security, yeah, or private police departments. But when you go to church, there aren't armed guards greeting you along with the ushers to go in. There aren't armed guards at the chapels on a military base. On a military base, not everybody's walking around armed. Vote. Common sense, people. And some of the people we have in office lack, therefore, of it. We put our governors, our senators, our congressmen in office. Now, they all lie. They all make their promises. They may want to make good, but let's face it, once they get in, things change. Big politics. This is America, home of the free. Well, what do you call free? Some things we used to take for granted that you can't anymore. The latest rage now is doing anything black in public, which is better than what it was a few months ago, getting shot by being black. Lost state of a loving mind. America always wants to be the big dog. We got a lot of stuff we got to fix, people. I mean, nobody has all the answers. Our suggestion is all the military bases that they shut down, keep the housing quarters going. When I went through basic, we were still using World War II barracks that were in good shape. And most veterans are used to living in those kind of conditions. But it gives them a place off the street. Just a thought. Instead of just shutting it down, letting it go to waste. Anyway. That's my 2 cents. I guess my rant. And when you go vote, there's going to be 6 questions on your ballot to make amendments to the Constitution. Make a sound decision based on what you think, what you feel is right. But really read them. Because 3 of them are going to sound really good. Like, why wouldn't I want this? Until you realize we've already got that established. So what do you want to change about that? Make your own decision. What you feel's right. If you like the way politics and things are going now, vote to keep it that way. If you're tired of being laughed at, being a mockery of, wondering what's going to be done next, vote to change it. That simple. Well, that's it.